Welcome to MyCounselor.Online. I'm Tori, and this is Asking for a Friend. In today's video, we're sitting down with licensed therapist Josh Spurlock to answer one of your questions about the comparison that can often happen among siblings. Stay tuned. Hey Josh, how are you doing today?
I'm great, Tori.
Awesome. I'm excited for this Asking for a Friend. We've got a question here from Susan. Susan says, my mother is constantly putting me down, comparing me to my sister, the golden child. In almost every conversation, she brings up my failures. That's really hard, and I'm curious what you would say to that, Josh.
Yeah, I would just echo that. It's a really difficult place to feel like you don't ever measure up, that you're always in this point of comparison where you fall short, and somehow kind of getting the message that you're less valuable, or that you uh, are less lovable, less enjoyable than maybe a sibling or someone else. That's super painful.
Yeah, I know in my own life, I've experienced comparison on both ends of being the oldest of 6 kids. There's so many different people and different personalities and different skills and gifts. And I know that I have experienced that. And I don't know if, the role of being the oldest, middle, youngest plays into it at all. But I definitely have seen that also. And it is a really hard situation to be in.
Yeah, it totally can. That oftentimes there are personality differences between siblings, and a lot of times you have those typical personality differences, like with the firstborn, that kind of, because they're the first on the scene and the first kind of with relationship with parents, and have a sense of responsibility towards siblings and dynamics that are a little bit different than middle and younger siblings experience, and become maybe the benchmark by which other kids are measured in a way that can feel really like we're in the shadow of a sibling along the way. And it's just really painful to kind of
Right.
feel like your individual nature and personality and skills and giftings and your uniqueness maybe isn't as valued as other parts of the family.
Right, right. And it being, a conversation with her mom saying something. I mean, that's hard because that's, your mom. I mean, I know how I would feel in that situation. That's so hard.
Yeah, being able to come to your mom and to have a conversation that can feel confrontational,
Yeah.
that to be able to, implicit in the conversation, there might be the message to mom that, you're failing as a mom, or that you're failing me, or that you're not doing good enough, which every parent hates to think would be the case, and can create some defensiveness for us sometimes. Parents don't always respond perfectly. All parents are imperfect people. And so sometimes our response to hearing those things can be less than ideal, in a way that unintentionally can discourage open dialogue and discourage being able to conversate about those things. And also unintentionally send the message that maybe what you're feeling doesn't matter to me, or isn't important to me.
Mm.
So hopefully, we can have conversations that are enable us to share our experience with the parent without coming across as attacking and blaming, finger pointing, and saying, "Hey, you're a terrible parent, or you fail," or things that blatantly kind of cause defensiveness and break down communication. But
Mm.
instead, maybe we can even share the benefit of the doubt and say, "Hey, you're probably not intending to leave me feeling this way, but when you say this, here's how I experience it. Here's how it comes
Mm.
across to me." And hopefully mom is open to that.
Right, right. Is there any practical way for Susan to kind of process anything with that maybe is going back to her identity in who she is? If she feels like she wasn't the golden child, like she's failing, what would you kind of advise her to do just to process through that and ultimately, find her identity where it should be?
Yeah, I would encourage her to recognize that the comparison piece that happens, whether that's us comparing ourselves to others, or whether that's others comparing us to them, ultimately breaks down our embracing the unique design that God's given us. That God has created us in his image and likeness, and with unique personality and thumbprint and skills and giftings, and a unique purpose in his kingdom that we're shaped for. And so our ability to be able to recognize that even if others don't see it, that our creator sees us, and that we're precious in his sight, and that he's designed us with unique purpose that's valuable to him and precious to him. And that even if the primary people in our life, which are our parents when we're growing up, sometimes they're not able to see that for their own reasons, their own blocks, that doesn't change the reality of it. And that there are going to be people who are able to see that in you and see the value of that and affirm that. And just would encourage you to continue to seek out those individuals and try to find those people within the body that God would want to use as a conduit of grace into your life and situation, and who maybe even would be a partner with you in both encouraging you and affirming you and being a sounding board for you, but maybe in helping facilitate some dialogue between you and your parents and your mom specifically about what it is that you're experiencing in a way that maybe could help that conversation go better.
That's good. That's really good. Thank you so much, Josh. And thank you, Susan, for your question. If you liked this video, go ahead and click the subscribe button below. And if you have a question for one of our therapists that you would like answered in one of our Asking for a Friend videos, go to MyCounselor.Online/ask. We'll see you next time.